Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a return to subscribe as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I seen this story last night, and this right here is tragic as can be. And it's about this woman right here that you see up here. This woman you see up here is Priscilla Poole, and she has a story to tell you. Over the weekend out there in Detroit, Michigan, shout out Detroit, this woman lost both her son and her husband in a situation that was out of her hands as she went to go and get food for her family. Said she was gone 15 minutes, in which that time her husband up here, his name is Lamar Manasseh Sr., 53 years old, was beaten to death by their autistic son, pictured here, Junior, Lamar Manasseh Jr. And what makes this story even stranger is this guy right here at 23 years old, he's a big boy. He has autism and the mindset of an 8 or 9-year-old child. And he's been arrested, and his mom hasn't been able to get in contact with him or the powers that be that have him held to let them know about his mental disability. And as upsetting as it is, man, this is a scary situation for this mother. And, you know, usually I do these crimes where people attack their parents and stuff like that, and I go all in. This time I'm going to be a little bit different, because from an empathetic standpoint, I can really understand what she's going through. And trust me, guys, she's really going through it. Here's the story.
A Detroit man is behind bars after allegedly punching his father to death. Now his mother is sharing the heartbreaking story. 23-year-old Lamar Manasseh Jr. faces manslaughter charges. Police say he got into a fight with his father Saturday afternoon, and it escalated quickly. His mother says her son has special needs and is now searching for answers. CBS Detroit's Gino Vici joins us from Detroit with more.
Yes, I spoke to Lamar Manasseh Jr.'s mother, who, as you can imagine, is devastated. She is now dealing with the loss of her husband, and now her son, who she says is special needs, is charged with killing him.
It's so unreal.
Priscilla Poole is in shock and disbelief as she searches for answers about what happened Saturday afternoon between her son, 23-year-old Lamar Manasseh Jr., and her husband, Lamar Sr., inside their home on University Street near Chandler Park Drive.
But when I left, everything was okay. It was fine.
Poole says she left to get her husband and son food, but when she returned home about 20 minutes later, her husband was lying unconscious on the kitchen floor, so she called 911 and then asked her son what happened.
When I made it back to the house, my son was sitting in the room watching TV, watching cartoons. So I asked him, I said, "What did you do? What happened?" And he just looked at me. That's it.
Poole says her son is autistic and has never been violent. She also says mentally he's like an 8-year-old. But according to police, the father and son had a fight, and Lamar Jr. struck his father. Lamar Sr. died at the scene. Poole says she hasn't been able to talk to her son since he was taken into custody and charged with manslaughter, and says he needs his medication, but she still can't understand why this happened.
And it's just sad.
Now, there is a bond hearing scheduled for tomorrow. At some point in the legal process, a mental competency exam will likely be scheduled. Meanwhile, Poole is finalizing funeral arrangements for her late husband. In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Tonight, a mother's heartbreak is on full display as she pleads for her son, who's been arrested and charged with murdering his father.
My son needs the help. He don't even need to be in jail.
She insists this case is far from straightforward, especially since her son is on the autism spectrum.
When the police came, he was sitting on the porch, like, you know, like nothing ever happened.
Lamar Manasseh Jr. was arrested over the weekend, and police say their investigation reveals that a fight between him and his father escalated after an argument. It ended with Manasseh Jr. punching his dad in the head multiple times, resulting in his father's death. But the boy's mother believes police may not realize her son has a disability and probably doesn't fully understand what happened. Our Victor Williams sat down with her for a one-on-one interview tonight. Victor, she mentioned wanting to set the record straight and to stop the rumors.
Yeah, that's right. And this is just ahead of a bond hearing that's supposed to be happening in just a few hours at the top of Thursday morning. But in the meantime, while everyone's waiting, she wants everyone to know her son is not a monster at all.
This is hard on me, my husband, my son, and everything. This is so hard.
On Saturday, Priscilla Poole's world was shattered when she came home to find her husband, 53-year-old Lamar Manasseh Sr., allegedly killed at the hands of her son, 23-year-old Lamar Manasseh Jr.
I had just left. I was only gone for like 15 minutes. When I got home, he wasn't in a rage. He wasn't, jumpy or nothing like that. He was just calm, quiet.
Right now, it's believed that Lamar Sr. was punched in the head repeatedly at the family home, leading to his death. Lamar Jr. is now being charged with manslaughter, held on a $500,000 bond. But Priscilla's not even sure if investigators know about her son's disability to begin with.
He looked big. He's not your average 23-year-old. He got a mindset like an 8 or 9-year-old. He still plays with action figures and stuff like that.
Priscilla says she hasn't been able to contact anyone in the courts to let them know either.
I've been calling them for since Tuesday, since he got a rain.
Local 4 legal expert Neil Rockhind on what could happen next.
He's obviously an adult and he's obviously rather large, but the fact is if he suffers from some mental disability, then he could be deemed to be insane. What I would expect to happen tomorrow is I'm going to guess that his lawyer is likely to they're going to seek a bond reduction. My guess is that they're likely to seek a referral to the Center for Forensic Psychiatry.
Either way, Priscilla says she just wants the spread of misinformation to be calmed down. Apparently, there are a bunch of lies going on out there about how Lamar Sr. died and the reason why.
People want to speculate and talk, and they don't know the situation, and they don't know what's really going on.
Keep it right here for any updates that we might have out of the courtroom. Also, by the way, if anyone out there wants to help this family at this rough and unfortunate time, we have all that information on our website. Click on Detroit.com. Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, guys, you've seen it, man. That's real upsetting to me. And, it's upsetting that they got his bail so high because they don't know what's going on with him. And I hope they do get the bail reduction because I know this woman is having a lot of sleepless nights, and most likely so is her son, regardless of what he did, even though it was wrong. Now, we don't know what caused this, but I mean, some people are saying, on the internet, I was looking at a lot of comments and things that was written where, people are saying bad things about her son, and she knows her son, and he only has the mindset of an 8 or 9-year-old, so it's really getting to her. And the thing that's crazy is, and this is the thing that I really feel bad for her, is they got to get this boy out of jail. If he has a mindset of that of an 8 or 9-year-old kid, these inmates that are in there, all these predators and people that stalk on other people in jail, they have no sympathy for anybody like that, and they will take advantage of him in all types of ways. You heard what she said. He plays with action figures and stuff like that. He has the mind of a child. Being in jail will push anybody to the limit. Can you imagine somebody that's 8 or 9 years old going to jail, regardless of their bodily makeup? He can only work within his mental faculties that he's limited to. That's a scary scenario. And I feel bad for this woman because, like I said, she lost her son. Something's going to happen to him. And she definitely lost her soulmate, her husband. And I mean, cases like this, what can you really do? This guy mollywopped his own dad, pummeled him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say, well, if he has a mindset of an 8-year-old, people still get frustrated. Hell, we see kids act out all the time and do crazy stuff, hurting themselves, banging their heads against walls and other crazy stuff at a certain age. Can you imagine that with adult strength? I'm more than sure when he mollywopped his pop, You know, he hit his dad out of frustration when he got that energy out and he looked, it was too late. He probably just got up and walked away, like she said, because he thought the dad was probably going to get up. See, a lot of times you have autistic children, they're still children all the same and human beings. They get frustrated and stuff. Sometimes you got to wrangle them and move them different places and do stuff that they don't want to do. Imagine that being big as that boy is and you trying to handle him at 53 damn years old. They got into an argument, turned into a fight. She don't know what happened. She came home, husband dead on the floor, and the boy in there watching TV and acting like it never even happened. And she don't even know what's going on. And that's what makes the whole thing worse. I mean, a whole bunch of things just going off in your head, and all you trying to do is you got to plan for a funeral and you got to try to get your child back. Ain't that much money in the world. That's why I want this channel to grow. And you know, I get my finances right and all this stuff. People like this, I want to help. You know what I mean? Especially if they had lowered the bail. She needed $5 grand. You know what I'm saying? If my money was right, I'd look her out because I know what's on the opposite side of that fence. Incarceration and stuff like that. And that is not no place for somebody with the mindset of an 8-year-old, regardless if they're a grown man or not. It's a dangerous place. I'm just saying. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Man, I hope everything worked out for her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did a crime, and most likely they're going to punish him. But this is rough, y'all. See you in the next video. Take care.